Good morning, welcome back. Building in Webflow. Going for our about section, or a sort of about section, just to introduce our name within the website and just a brief description of our projects. So in Figma, I've been playing around with this like neomorphism, which I know is old school, but I just like the way it looks, and I feel like there's some good contrast of the inner shadows and the outer shadows, and ants, digging holes and building mounds. I don't know. Maybe I just want a connection on that. So I think we're going to find a way to mix and match these together in the next section. So in Webflow, this is what we built yesterday, was this section here. And our ants weirdly popped up. Okay, good. So our ants pop up. Nice. We got some good spacing. We still have some things to finish on the hero section, but right now I just want to get all the content in to the site, and then we'll caress it down. So let's make a new section here, and we'll call it a section. We'll call it section v3 about. I don't know that it needs to be 100% dynamic viewport height because I don't really know what's going to go in there yet. So we will figure it out as we go. So let's add our padding global. We can add the large padding to it. Let's add a container. And then we can add our component. So we'll add our div v3 about component. Okay, it's still defaulting to the system. So let's change that. Yeah, this should be, let's go with Roboto as the text. Oh boy. Okay, great. All right, I want to copy this. It should all be white. There we go. So much better. Okay, this looks actually a little too spread out. I think this might have been a container medium then anyway. Yeah, container medium. So let's update this large to con medium. Bam. Okay, much better. A Web3 company built on transparency, education, and support of the little guys. Okay, good. All right, we're almost done. So I think we need to make a little grid. Maybe make some cells, and then we can figure out which ones get the inner shadow or the outer shadow. I was thinking have the outer shadow on the left, and then the description of the project on the right in the inner shadow. So I guess that would look something like this. And maybe even like full width there. So I want to have a name, or like the logo. I want to have a brief description, and then maybe links. So a link to either buy the NFT or to view more, because we'll have our 3 NFT projects, and then we'll have Rebel Ants Radio. And then we'll do a section for Rebel Ants Radio, section for About Us, and a section for philanthropy, I guess. Let's see, what are the sections we have now? We have our intro. Yeah, we have our collections, which is basically what I want to do now. Rebel Ants Radio. Yeah, the About Us. This is the manifesto. Maybe we stick with this, but we also have this idea for listing why ants. So I'm thinking some sort of slider with that. Philanthropy, done. So, okay, a few sections to get through. This was a lot of fun. Look at that. Randomizes every time. So good. So good. Okay, so let's put a grid in under this. So that's the content, that's the hero content. Let's put in a V3 about grid. And let's make it a grid. Oh boy. Okay, I think we need 3 columns because we need the name, some sort of content, and then links. But as I'm looking at this, I think we might need more room than a container medium. So maybe this lives outside the container medium, or it just has its own max width of 64 rem, and then the grid is larger, and maybe this just becomes left aligned. So let's try that. So we'll go back to container large. Maybe this lives with a max width of 64 rem. No, not that one. This one. And the grid goes bigger. Yes, good, good, good. Okay, so let's add another column to our grid. And we're going to need some cells. So let's just call this the V3 about grid cell. And I guess I should have drawn this out better. But if it's a grid of 9, or let's just call it 3 columns, how do we want to divide that so that there's some social media or links on the right side? So does this need to become like that, and then that goes on the other side as like half? Is that a thing? Maybe less space here. And then these get divided, distributed horizontally. That's not bad. Okay, so how do we divide this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what this is? 6. This becomes 2, 3, 1. Is that what it is? Is it a 6-column grid? So does this become 2? And this becomes 3. And that becomes 1. Is that a thing? Maybe this is too much for a logo, but I don't want to go just 1. Maybe it's okay. All right, let's throw in a logo. Let's throw in the rebel ants. Let's give some padding here. Let's give some padding. So what's 42 divided by 16? Let's call it 2.5 rem. 2.5 rem. Is that too big, too little? Maybe it needs to be 3. Okay. And then, what do we call this? So we want to add some text in here. Paragraph. Okay, that's something. And then we want to link. how do we want to link this to mint and buy? So if we want to link, maybe we need another grid within here. But which else will need a mint and buy? We will have German pets. So maybe we just need like a social grid. Let's just throw some stuff in there. Let's put in 2 buttons. I guess like this, buy on OpenSea, mint with Bueno. Maybe it just needs its own cell too. We'll just call this V1 for Rebel Ants. Okay, so let's make this a grid. And yeah, we're gonna need less padding for sure. Let's go 1 column, 2 rows. Good. And let's get rid of some of this. Yeah, 1.5 looks nice. Let's add a button. Can we do 2 buttons? Okay, we have 2 buttons. That's great. Everything inside here should be center aligned, right? Good. We'll call this mint with Bueno. This will be buy on OpenSea. And what color should these be? White. We'll give this the V3 about button. Great. V3 about button. Set the background to white. Set the typography to what we call black. This doesn't look centered. Why is this not centered? Is that text centered? I don't think so. Is that because of line height? No, it's worse. Is there padding within this button? Yes. What is that? There we go. I guess we can revert that. Okay, so this will have its own border, this will have a border, this will have a border. And maybe we call this one the text. Make the typography a little bigger, maybe 1.5 rem. How did that get so big? It's because of this line height. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay, that's something. Let's throw some shadows around these cells and see what happens. So if we want to go with the outer shadow, it's a drop shadow, -8, -8. And we have some colors already, so let's go with some box shadows outside. Let's go 8, 8, 16. And the outside bottom, outer bottom, is that color. Now, what is size? Size isn't a thing in Figma, is it? Maybe that's the spread. Okay, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have an outer shadow for the bottom. I want an outer shadow for the top. And that'd be -8 and 16. And this is outer top. Okay, 8, 8, 16. And this is -8, -8, 16. And how are we looking so far? Oh boy. Clearly we need to add some overflow head into this bad boy here. Let's go do that. Okay, much better. Okay, let's give some spacing between the top here and what comes next. Maybe 3 rem. That does look pretty cool. Maybe this needs a little more breathing room. Make these buttons a little smaller, I guess. That's the problem. That doesn't do anything because it's inside. So do we need to set some height on these? Because they're just filling right now. No. That's fine. Okay, so we just applied the outer shadow on these grids. Maybe that should have been a separate class, a secondary class. Okay, so let's add another class. Let's get rid of the box shadow. We'll call this outer shadow. Yeah. And now we'll add it. Okay, 8, 8, 16. And so this is the outer bottom. And we'll add another one, -8, -8, 16. This is top, outer top. Okay, so that is called outer shadow. Let's add an outer shadow to this. And this one. Great. Okay, now we can play around to say, do we want outer or inner within each one as we make an inner shadow. So let's make an inner shadow and box shadow. inside. 8816, and this is the inner bottom. Add another one for inner, -8, -8, 16. This is inner top. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. What happened to that color? That inner, maybe I have it backwards because that white should be on the inside, on the bottom. Inner bottom. Oh yeah, that's not right. What's up with that? OA 75%. Is that not a thing? 0A. What was I typing? There we go. Oof. It's embarrassing. Okay. It's not 0. It's not OA. It's 0A. Okay, so that's inner shadow. Let's add the outer shadow. Let's give this one an inner shadow. Let's give this one an inner. And how do we look? Is this weird? Maybe they all need inner. Is that better? Maybe that's better. The original digital collectible of 10,000 unique ants that started all increased your rewards from Battle for the Colony by owning a rebel ant. Okay, let's start. This doesn't look centered, does it? Maybe it's the shadow. You know what? It's probably not because we didn't center these things. There we go. Oof, that doesn't look great. Yeah. This one. Okay. Now we're cracking. Okay. I like it. And then we'll link these out. So buy on OpenSea. And mint with Bueno. Okay. Are we gonna round the corners on hover? I don't love that. On hover, let's see, what do we do here? Hover, we go to 8 pixels. What's this called? Hero button. Maybe we should stick with the shadow, the inner shadow theme, and apply an inner shadow to this on hover. Let's play with it here. We would need different colors because this is now white. Okay, let's see what that looks like here. Let's throw some text in there. Mint on OpenSea. Throw put in center that thing. Okay, so let's add some more shadows. Drop shadow, drop shadow. We'll have one that's, this is small, so maybe we'll go 4, 4, 8 on the inner. And this is 4, 4, so this will go -4. Is this too dark? It's weird, right? Okay, let's go 25% there. This one will go 100%. And this one will bring it up just a little bit. Okay, maybe something like that. Actually, the dark should go on the top left. So let's go make that 4. This will become -4. This will be lighter. Okay, maybe not worth our time. We'll stick with the rounding for now. Add a transition for the border radius. Yeah, okay. So do we do a negative, another row of this now? Like this really should have been one row. This should be one row with all this inside of it. So maybe this just becomes grid row. We wrap this in a grid. It's one column, 3 rows. There you go. Fixed. This becomes the V3 about grid. And then we could have, there you go. Battle for the colony. This becomes Jeremy Pets. Okay, I think we need to contain these images to be a certain size. Do we need to showcase the art for these things? I know we're showcasing the art for V2 ants, but do we need to showcase the art for this? Maybe we go back to that hover idea. If you hover over this row, it'll pop up some ants. All right, what's up, 2 people watching? I don't know what you're doing up at 5:37 a.m. Eastern time. Maybe you're hopefully somewhere further east and not watching me build in Webflow. Okay, so let's set some. We have the padding on here for 3 rem, but this is just making the image bigger. So I didn't want to put a class on here, but we shall. Okay, so this would be v3 about image. Okay, so maybe this grid cell needs a max height. Is that the issue? Or do these all just need to be set? So let's set these to a height 3 rem. What does that look like? Three rem. Okay, that looks a little more uniform. Right? Are these the same height? I can't tell. If this is it, maybe this is too much space within a grid. No. Does Battle for the Colony become the outer shadow? What did that just lose? Why did that lose its centering? What does this have? This has flex on the inner shadow. What does this have? Not flex. Great. Oh boy. This has flex, center, center. What else does this have? Just the box shadows. So let's get rid of this because that should be on the base class. So this cell good. Now let's put our shadow back. Okay, that's not bad. We just need some more spacing here to let the shadows breathe. Let them breathe. All right, let's put some gap here of 1.5 rem. All right, German pets. That is a lot of words. Let's just go 500. Meticulously hand-drawn digital collectibles. Each German pet is truly one of a kind, offer exclusiveness. By owning these rare treasures, you can enhance your rewards in the thrilling battle in. Not from. This says from Battle for the Colony. This will say That's weird. Okay, 500 meticulously hand-drawn digital collectibles. Being released. There's not 500 of them, so this is a little weird. We'll just call them meticulously hand-drawn. Just hand-drawn digital collectibles. Offering exclusive minting opportunities. By owning these rare treasures, you can enhance your rewards from battle for the colony. Hand-drawn. 1 of 1. Digital collectible being released. Offering exclusive minting opportunities. Okay, hand-drawn 1 of 1 digital collectibles, offering a unique minting experience. Hand-drawn 1 of 1 digital collectibles, offering a unique minting experience. Eventually 500 Jeremy pets will be released. Hand-drawn 1 of 1 digital collectibles, offering a unique minting experience with 500 Jeremy pets. 500 Jeremy pets. Okay, 3 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. That's making this one bigger, right? Maybe not. Okay. Hand-drawn 1 of 1 digital collectibles, offering a unique minting experience for each Jeremy pet. By owning these 1 of 1 treasures, we'll call this 500 hand-drawn digital collectibles, offering unique minting experience for each Jeremy pet. Okay. So now this is getting weird because the spacing is there, yeah. We could just keep it centered, but I don't know if we just want to keep it 3 lines. Because we can just say increase your rewards from battle for the colony. $500 hand-drawn digital collectibles, offering a unique minting experience for each Jeremy pet. Increase your rewards from battle for the colony. See, like ownership increases your rewards from battle for the colony. Ooh, this is not V1. Okay, how do we get these closer? Let's pull these into the middle. Like that. And like that. Okay, that's a little better. But do we need a little more space? Okay. I think that is good for a layout. I think the shadow works okay, inner, outer, inner. Just curious how we can get the art displayed here. How do we showcase the art for some of these? The original digital collection. Oh yeah, let's update the. Whoa, what was that? Copy. Okay. Maybe it's like a learn more. Maybe this isn't the right layout. Experience the excitement of owning 5,000. Maybe the text is just too big. Have we ever thought about that? Okay, where's this become v 1.5? Maybe it is 1, but a 1.3. The original digital collectibles. Okay, experience the excitement of owning 1 of 5,000 unique hand-drawn digital collectibles. Each collectible ant. What if we just said each of the 5,555 hand-drawn collectible ant is part of a narratives as they are divided into 11 distinct gangs. Is that true? Let's see what it was. Yeah. 11 gangs. Gangs engage in weekly battles driven by cutting-edge AI-generated storytelling. Read the words of your gang when they emerge victorious in the epic clashes. Okay, so 3 lines, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Is it too much? What 3 media company builds applications? All right, I think that is it for today, and we will keep adding some content. I'll think about how to showcase the art here. We'll put Rebel Ants Radio as the next section, then the About Us, then the Philanthropy, and then we'll build out a couple of other subpages. And then work on the animations, finishing touches, work on the menu, and then mobile responsive. We got this.